So the referee from Belgium, Jean Desvers, will give the final instructions to Donald Curry and Renè Jacquot. And a quick look at the tail of the tape. They are each 27 years of age. Curry came in at 154 amidst rumors he had difficulty making the weight. Renè Jacquot easily in at 153. And when you see them in this opening round, you'll see a rather larger Donald Curry, bigger in the upper body than Jacquot, but Renè Jacquot with impressive legs, and he is a strong young guy. Curry slightly taller than Renè Jacquot, and certainly, as Gil Clancy has indicated, the more experienced fighter and the heavy favorite here. 31-2 Donald Curry with 22 knockouts, but still somewhat of a question mark since winning his title over Rossi at 154. Fans back home waiting to see if he can recapture the magic he had 3 or 4 years ago when he was considered the best boxer in the world. Curry has returned to college at Texas Wesleyan in his hometown of Fort Worth, studying business. He already had some college credits. Recently married to longtime girlfriend Valerie Cooper, and just reorganizing his life and trying to get on here with his boxing career and head for a middleweight title if he can do well here. Already the considerable crowd, a near sellout at the Palais des Sports, chanting in support of the challenger, Jacquot. Scoring on the 10-point must system, Sid Nathan from London, England, Justo Vasquez from Madrid, Spain, and Jesus Arias from Mexico City. The three judges doing the scoring.
Tim, Jacquot looks like an arm puncher to me. And if he can't get Curry's respect with his punching power, I think Donald's going to walk right through him.
Well, that's been his reputation. Gil, he has only 10 knockouts in his 23 victories.
He himself has only been stopped once, though, Tim, in his entire career.
Jacquot won his European title in January of '88 with a fourth-round knockout of Luigi Minchillo, the Italian. Under a minute to go in round number 1, scheduled for 12. A short right hand inside by the...
There was a backhand punch.
Right. A little Bob Cousy look he gave us there, Gil. Very short with the right hand. And Jacquot missing a combination. Curry stumbled, and Jacquot made him pay for the mistake with a left hook. 30 seconds remaining.
Donald Curry's looking to land the one big punch, Tim. What he should be doing is just keep snapping that jab out. The other punches will come by themselves.
Coming to the end of round number 1, Curry on the attack.
They're slashing prices.
They're talking deal.
Talking.
Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from Grenoble, France. Round number 2 scheduled for 12. The champion Donald Curry on the left of your screen. The challenger Renè Jacquot from Grenoble, France.
You can just see Donald Curry loading up, Tim. Looking to nail him with that one good punch. And that's the wrong thing to do. The one big punch will come all by itself.
Again, Curry trying the winging right hand, and Jacquot able to pick it up easily. You heard Curry say in his interview with us that he would spend the first couple of rounds as kind of feeling out his opponent. Didn't know much about him, but he does seem a little anxious to me, as you pointed out, Gil.
Big right hand by Curry, Tim. Tim, Donald Curry has his legs very wide apart. I don't know why. Takes away some of your punching power.
Jacquot landed a grazing right hand.
And you can see that Jacquot just punches with his arms. No pivot, no rhythm.
We're in round 2 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Near capacity crowd at the Palais des Sports in Grenoble, France. Curry digging to the body, but Jacquot firing back with a combination.
Jacquot throws a short little right uppercut inside, Tim, and then hooks off. A pretty good combination.
1 minute to go, round 2.
That's the way Curry got nailed against McCallum. He stepped straight back that time, right where he could be nailed with that left hook.
Wings another right that missed. Curry going to the body. Jacquot best with those little chopping uppercuts inside. Right hand landed by Curry through the guard of Jacquot. Backs him up a little bit. Coming to the end of round number 2.
Many men have sensitive skin that's irritated by shaving. Aftershave skin conditioner is clinically proven to soothe and relieve razor-straight skin. Sensible care for sensitive skin. After.
By men.
People who count on my brakes are important to me. So the people who work on my brakes are important to me.
The people who work on your brakes at Midas are trained brake experts. Remember, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
I was in agony. I hurt all over. The doctor said there was no permanent damage.
Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy, round number 3, scheduled for 12, live from Grenoble, France. You're looking at Donald Curry defending his title against the European champion and hometown hero here, Renè Jacquot. Gil, leaving aside the questionable strategy of Curry so far, have you seen anything in these first couple of rounds to indicate has he got the basic skills back from his prime time?
Well, Tim, it seems to me that he's fighting with his legs a little too far apart. And that's what happens sometimes when a fighter starts to get old. And again, he feels that Jacquot can't hurt him. I think he's being a little careless and just walking and looking to land a big bomb instead of just putting his punches together and relaxing in there.
So that wide stance, you're saying, required a little more by him now for balance. He feels
well, as I say, older fighters usually start getting their legs a little wider apart.
We're in round 3. Donald Curry lost only twice to Lloyd Hunnigan and to McCallum.
And Tim, you know, Jacquot is a pretty good defensive fighter. Keeps his hands up, elbows in.
You saw him block that combination right there from Curry.
And there's that right uppercut. He's been using that overtime inside. Doesn't have much power, but it gets in there.
Watching him in the gym, quite a mechanical fighter, as many of the Europeans are, basically straight up and down. And what you picked up on earlier, Gil, very evident in that he's basically an arm puncher. Counter left landed by Jacquot. Not a lot on it, but it scored. A minute to go, round 3. Curry bangs to the body. Jacquot.WBC, one of the better French fighters in past years, have felt that if Jacquot got through 5-6 rounds, then maybe his stamina might be better than Curry's.
Well, Tim, he also threw a nice 4-punch combination.
Under 30 seconds remaining, round 3. to the body by Curry. As we approach the end of the third round, scheduled for 12, live from Grenoble, France on CBS Sports Saturday. Round number 4. Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy watching Donald Curry defend his WBC Super Welterweight crown against Renè Jacquot. We scored round 3 for the challenger Jacquot.
And remember, Don Curry came out of his corner this round like he's in a different gear, like he just woke up.
They were attending to his left eyebrow between rounds. It appeared that they may have banged heads a little bit in the third.
And there was that right uppercut inside again by Jacquot.
Right hand by Curry. Didn't have everything on it, but backed up Jacquot once more.
And you know, Tim, inside Jacquot is a cute little fighter. And Donald Curry's big punch is that left hook over combination, but inside Jacquot slides to his right when he comes out, and you don't get nailed with that left hook.
You can hear the Donald Curry corner led by Akbar Muhammad, and trainer Paul Reyes asking him to pick up the tempo.
Well, you know, Tim, when you're in the other guy's hometown, you really have to do a job.
A low blow landed by Curry, but Jacquot got the warning from the referee for pushing Curry's hands down. There's a left hook to the ear and a right behind it from Curry. Curry lost his balance as he tried to unload. And Jacquot following up a couple of body shots, not a lot on him.
Tim, you talk about coaching from the corner. Jacquot's trainer is right up on the ring apron, like he's in the gymnasium.
That is Renè Goujon, who's a boxer himself, been working in the gym with Jacquot. His manager and trainer, Jacques Dufresne, has been quite calm through these first 3 rounds.
2 good right hands by Curry.
Jacquot short with the right hand. Curry lands to the body again. Under 30 seconds to go in the 4th round. The scheduled 12-rounder. Right hand blocked by Jacquot. Lands a right hand lead. Got a rise from the crowd. Curry 3 consecutive left hooks as we reach the final seconds of the 4th round. Big right to the ear. Round number 5. The WBC Super Welterweight Championship. Donald Curry defending it for the first time against Renè Jacquot, the European champion, at 154 pounds. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live on Sports Saturday from Grenoble, France.
Tim, this Jacquot has a very, very good defense. Keeps those elbows in, gets those hands up, and because he's only punches, he doesn't. Oh, good left hook by Donald Curry.
Jacquot, but he had been very good defensively until that punch went backwards for the first time.
But I was going to say, Tim, because he's only throwing arm punches, he can get back in a defensive position very fast. He doesn't expose himself.
Now he lands a right hand to the ear of Curry.
Picking off a lot of punches with his arms and his gloves, Jacquot is.
Well, he looks like he's just recovered completely from that good right hand by Curry, too. So he has prepared himself well. He's in great shape and is recognized as a guy who can take a shot.
Curry is starting to put his punches together now, Tim. But you know, they just banged heads again, and you know we've had 2 controversial fights with Donald Curry, with Tony Montgomery and Santos, and the heads are starting to clash again.
Well, there was some concern that Jacquot might bust up. He has suffered cuts high to the nose in the past. They opted to not spend the extra money to bring in an expert cut man from the U.S. Here he is in his world title shot. There's a left landed by Curry. The right following was blocked.
And as we said, Jacquot is determined. Another big left hook by Donald Curry.
Curry's timing seems to be a little better now as this fight's going on. We're in round 5, scheduled for 12. Followed right to the body by Curry.
That bothered Jacquot.
Yes, it did.
See, that defense reminds me a little bit of Marlon Starling. Both those hands are up, those elbows are in. You have to nail Jacquot when he's punching. That's the time you have to nail him. You have to slip a punch him.
Snapping left by Jacquot. Coming to the end of round number 5, and Jacquot fires a combination that lands. Round number 6 of this WBC Super Welterweight bout. The champion Donald Curry defending against Renè Jacquot. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy bringing it live on CBS Sports Saturday from France.
You know, Tim, in Donald Curry's corner, they told him, start using your jab. When you get inside, put the punches together. Don't just look to nail him with one punch.
And a good short left scored by Curry in the last exchange. Low left landed that time.
See what happens with Curry. Good left hand by Jacquot, but what happens with Curry? He spreads those legs and waits for the other guy. When he does that, he's looking to land the big bomb.
Jacquot takes that right on the arm.
You know, Tim, when we trying to get a fight at a jab, big right hand by Jacquot.
He hurt Curry a little bit. That brought the crowd alive here. Partisan crowd for Jacquot. Short combination inside scored by the challenger.
Uppercut. Has that right uppercut inside, Tim. Working it overtime.
And a left to the body. Referee Desver from Belgium warning them both to watch their heads.
Tim, what I was trying to say was when we teach a fighter to jab, we say jab with your feet. Don't reach him with the jab. Keep your weight over your feet. And that's what Donald isn't doing.
And Jacquot lands that uppercut again and then a good stiff left jab. Right hand blocked and a right counter scores. Good round for Jacquot. We're in the 6th, scheduled for 12. Under a minute to go in the 6th. Another short right scored by Jacquot, catching Curry leaning in. Curry lands an uppercut, a left. Still, I sense Jacquot growing in confidence here. Under 30 seconds to go in the 6th.
Curry's problem is that he's not countering. One of his problems, he's not countering.
Nor is he moving. Toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Final seconds of round 6. Good round for the Frenchman, Jacquot. And the crowd here at the Palais des Sports recognizing that, many of them on their feet.
You're waiting too long. I need that bucket. That round away. Don't block the bucket. How you feel? Are you ready to go to work? You got to go to work now. Let's be first. Let's be first, done. You're waiting too long on this guy, man. You're waiting too long on him. Come on. You're not going to get one shot. You understand? You got to go to work now. Let's start picking it up. You got to start going to work now, okay? Okay, babe? You're going to be the boss, okay?
Punching back. This guy's able to land punches.
Ain't no more waiting, babe.
There's a good right hand in that exchange as well from Jacquot.
can't blow nothing else. You understand?
Nothing else.
Let's go to work. You gave that round away.
Donald Curry.
You can do it, Champ.
You got to slide from side to side when you get with the uppercut. Shift to the side. You know what I mean?
To be relaxing through into a more confident posture in the 5th round. Suddenly it was Jacquot who seemed to me to grow in confidence in the 6th.
Absolutely, Tim. And as I say, he's a hard guy to hit. Curry's going to have to get Jacquot punching with him and nail him when he's punching. But what happens when he gets inside, he relaxes, Jacquot throws a couple of punches, and he doesn't punch back.
Very short with the right behind his left.
They're starting to sound a little worried in Donald Curry's corner. Telling him to pick up the pace. You gave the round away.
I don't know that he gave that one away, though.
Well, Jacquot earned
they're telling him
one way or the other.
Well,
there's Donald standing with his feet planted again, wide apart, waiting for something to happen. And now they're telling Donald in his corner, work off the jab, which is good advice.
Jacquot now starting to cut off the ring and take the initiative. Good left landed by Jacquot. Caught Curry coming in. He showed some of his physical strength. He just spun Curry around with the right hand. Gets a warning from the referee. Short left landed by Curry. And a left to the ear from Curry.
But you notice that Jacquot's right hand partially blocked that punch, and it was a quick hook.
Watching Curry in training during the week and talking with his trainer Paul Reyes, he said he's moving like he used to. We've got him going side to side. We have not seen a lot of that so far.
Absolutely not, Tim.
Hand on the break from Jacquot, and a warning again to Jacquot for pulling down the head of Curry, but nonetheless Jacquot landed the punch.
Tim, I think he also warned Curry for using his head. Landed a pretty good left jab on Curry's forehead, the referee did.
Does he get any points for that, France?
He may get hit with a counterpunch doing that.
Curry trying to catch Jacquot with the right, but Jacquot smothered it by stepping forward.
Just like...
Under 30
He's
seconds.
just out hustling Donald Curry.
Yes, he
At
is.
the moment. Same punch over and over. Right hand inside.
And a short right.
Now look at Donald Curry. What is he waiting for? Why isn't he punching back?
That's the end of round number 6. Coming up next on CBS Sports, college basketball, Georgetown and Pitt. Let's get a report from Vern Lundquist.
Got to be first down.
Okay, we got to go to...
Coming up next on CBS, Big East basketball.
And here we see what the referee was complaining about. Here they are inside. And there's that uppercut. And then he pushes his head down, and he warns him for pushing Curry's head down.
We're back live in round 8, scheduled for 12. Renè Jacquot, the European champion, giving Donald Curry, the world champ, all he can handle.
Tim, I've never seen anything like this where the trainer is right up on the ring apron.
Well, he's just one of the seconds, but he is a fighter himself. Renè Goujon, he is, you're right, practically in the ring. The crowd here at the Palais des Sports, happy with the performance of Jacquot at this point. They're singing along, go for it, Renè.
There's those 3 uppercuts again inside without a return from Curry. And Curry's best punch, that left hook. Jacquot has his hand up. There he is in the corner.
That's Renè Goujon, and he is right up on the apron. He has received no warning from the referee. He's been there much of the fight. And again, the referee talking to Curry about watching his head.
You can to see that Jacquot is more alert than Curry. I don't know what Curry's waiting for.
Saw the experience of Jacquot taking advantage, getting that shot in right on the break.
You know, those aren't powerful punches, but they sure are getting the judges' attention.
As they should. He's been the busier guy the last 2 rounds. More effective puncher in terms of scoring clean shots.
3 punches without a return from Curry. He has to catch this guy when the guy's punching.
You can see Curry waiting there. There's the right hand he's been trying to land, but he takes an awful lot to try to get the one in.
Come on, Tim. Put them together. Put them together inside. Put them together. Put them together inside.
Right to the body scored by Curry. Jacquot with a right hand counter got Curry's attention.
And Tim, Curry just doesn't react properly when he gets nailed. Jacquot fights in flurries. After he nails Curry with 1 punch, he nails him 3 or 4 more.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 8. Trying to work the body, but Jacquot blocking those, and he comes back scoring inside. Another short.
That's what is known as taking a play away.
Final seconds of round 8. Jacquot peppering away and scoring well. Round number 9, Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy, and right now we've got our scorecard very, very close with Jacquot slightly ahead. We're in the 9th round, scheduled for 12. And Curry's own corner saying this is championship territory, and in this case, they have that accurate, Gil.
But you know what Jacquot does, Tim? Whatever Curry does, he has a counter for. He takes the play away from Curry. It's what is known as last tag. He makes sure he lands the last punch, no matter how many punches they throw. And that's what catches the eye of the judges.
The partisan crowd at the Palais des Sports really giving Jacquot enthusiastic backing here. Another warning to Curry. Watch his head. He lands a right hand. Pushed down by Jacquot. It is not a knockdown. But again, showing you the strength of Jacquot. Well-prepared, well-conditioned fighter.
But you know, Tim, even though he pushed him down, that's an indication that Donald Curry's legs are not all that good right now.
No doubt Jacquot thinking the same thing.
There's that last tag again.
Jacquot stopped Menquilo in 4 rounds, and a lot of people said, well, you know, maybe he's now going to become a puncher. He said immediately afterwards, I'm not changing anything. Certainly not for Donald Curry. I know I'm not a big puncher. I'm going to do what I've been doing. I've won 11 in a row. And he has just been the busy guy in great shape in this fight and has taken the initiative away from the champ in the last 3 rounds.
Tim, he has Curry backing up a little bit now, Tim. Maybe Curry's waiting to nail him when he leads. There's a good right hand over a jab.
But Jacquot just keeps punching right back. Under a minute to go. Round 9. Jab snaps back the head of Curry, right behind it from Jacquot. Wild right miss.
And Curry is tired, Tim. Donald Curry is tired.
We're in the 9th, scheduled for 12. Jacquot looks the same as he did in the first round. Under 30 seconds to go. Wild left miss by Curry. 2 short chopping punches by Jacquot landed, not much on them, but nonetheless scoring. Two European judges, Sid Nathan from London, Justo Vasquez from Madrid, and a Mexican, Jesus Arias, will do the scoring. Final seconds of round number 9.
Folks in these parts think Tom Lawton is the best thing to ever turn a wrench. But back east, they'll put their money down on the guys at McClellan's. It seems in every town there's always one place that does a little bit better job fixing.
And there we see when Curry fell down from that little push, that's an indication that his legs are weak.
We're live now in round number 10 of the scheduled 12-round WBC Super Welterweight title fight. Curry backpedaling here, and I think also trying to get his legs back under him. We've scored the last 4 rounds for Renè Jacquot.
And Tim, Donald Curry looked like a tired fighter at the end of the last round. He had better get a second win.
Curry's first defense of his 154-pound world title. Jacquot seeking to become the first Frenchman since Alphonse Halimi back in 1959 to win a world championship. 29 other Frenchmen have tried in the intervening years unsuccessfully. What a hero he will be if he can pull it off.
There's that last tag, Tim, time after time. And you know, Tim, they're fighting in front of Jacquot's hometown, so anytime Jacquot does anything, the entire crowd lets out a roar, and I don't care how expert the judges are, it has to affect them. No question about it.
Well, I think especially in a fight like this one, the way it's gone so far, Gil, in that you haven't had those big crunching punches, you haven't had a knockdown, you've had essentially close combat, and I think they can be influenced by the crowd.
And Curry realizes he's in danger now, Tim. He's really trying to get this guy out of there. There's that same uppercut. Bread and butter all night long.
And 2 short chopping punches right behind it, landed by the challenger. Under a minute to go, round 10. And again, the referee has yet to take a point from Curry, but he has warned him at least 4 or 5 times about dropping his head in there. Something we've seen from Curry in his last 5 or 6 fights. Now bothered by the jab of Jacquot.
I don't know what Donald Curry is thinking, but he can't win the fight this way right now.
Well, the question has to be asked of you, is he capable of winning this fight right now, or any more in the future off what you've seen?
Tim, what I've seen so far, this certainly is not the old Donald Curry. There's no question about that.
Jacquot just cutting the ring off, peppering away when he can, using the jab effectively now. We're in the final seconds of the 10th round. Curry showing signs of desperation. The right landed by...
Here's why these members of the United States ski team prefer Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
I came down with...
Round 11. Live from Grenoble, France, Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy looking at a very possible upset. Renè Jacquot, the challenger. Donald Curry, the champion. And as we have it, Curry in deep trouble. We haven't given him a round since the 4th.
But Tim, we're not the only ones that has it that way. In Curry's corner, they told him that he's behind in the fight. He's going to have to get the guy out of there if he wants to be champion.
This place will be...
And they told him again that he's going to have to back Jacquot up, but it doesn't look like he's doing that right now.
He's doing the backing up. This place will be guaranteed pandemonium if they raise Jacquot's hand, believe me. Alphonse Halimi won the title in 57, lost it in 59. There has not been a French world champion since then.
And you know, Tim, Donald Curry is weak and tired at the moment. If Jacquot could sense that, I think that he might even stop Donald right at the moment. Just apply a lot of pressure. See Curry's legs? He threw that punch.
Short, sharp left from Jacquot. That stopped Curry in his tracks.
Come on, Donald, you gotta go forward, man. You ain't gonna let it go now. You ain't gonna let it go now.
Donald can't put his punches together because just then he reached with the right hand. His legs won't hold him and he can't hook behind it.
Renè Jacquot fighting exactly the same from the very beginning.
There's that last tag, Tim. They both throw punches, but then Jacquot answers with 2 or 3 more.
Even the French boxing experts gave Jacquot little chance.
And I'm one of them, Tim.
Well, you're not a French boxing expert, but you had company here in France.
There's Donald waiting on the ropes. They told him to chase the other guy, back him up. He's waiting. He waits and he gets hit. I don't know how he expects to win it.
I think he's just hoping somehow he can land the one big bomb that has failed him through 10 rounds so far.
Got to throw it, Tim. Got to throw it to land it.
There's a right by
He's not throwing any punches.
Curry spread way apart. His legs anchored there by the ropes, and Jacquot lands a combination.
Not punching back, Tim. He's not punching back.
Donald Curry is a confused, disheartened fighter, and he is hurt right now. Jacquot should be all over him. What's the challenger waiting for? Final seconds. Round 11.
Look at those legs. Look at Curry's legs, how wide they're apart.
This isn't going to make it. I just know it.
Round 12, the final round, and the crowd anticipating a huge upset. Renè Jacquot at the top of your screen, the European and French champion, trying to lift the world crown from Donald Curry. Curry in desperation.
Oh, his legs just don't hold him, Tim.
Well, the questions that were raised about Curry off his recent fights, including the victory over Rossi, may be answered right here. At 27 years of age, it looks like Donald Curry may not only lose his title, but might have to find another line of work. He had a hugely successful career while it lasted. But Jacquot himself and the crowd with him, sensing imminent victory.
Tim, when was the last French champion?
1959.
And he hurt Jacquot, Tim, with a right hand.
Curry in desperation finally landed one that did some damage. But Jacquot...
And it sure did do damage, Tim.
Jacquot trying to get close. Fires back. Jacquot is definitely bothered by that right hand.
Absolutely, Tim.
Hasn't fully recovered from it yet. So again, Donald Curry lands a home run ball, but the ball stayed in the park. Jacquot still on his feet.
And there, Curry again did not punch back. Jacquot threw 5 punches without a return.
Under a minute to go in the final round.
There he goes, out hustling him again. Story of the fight. Big right hand by Jacquot.
Jacquot just had a word for somebody behind us here. They're checking to see what they thought of how he's doing as he got it won and how much time left. Less than 30 seconds. Final seconds of the fight. We're into the final 10. Now Jacquot circles here, sensing victory. A standing ovation. Scene at the Palais des Sports in Grenoble, France. It looks like we have a new world champion. We'll be right back. live in Grenoble, France. And it looks like we may have ourselves a major upset here. Donald Curry having himself a very difficult evening against the European champion, Renè Jacquot, seeking to become the first Frenchman to hold a world championship since 1959 when Alphonse Halimi held a championship at a lower weight than this, mind you, but the Frenchman here will be absolutely overwhelmed if the decision goes his way. They have not yet handed up the cards to the ring announcer, Michel Bézy. Here is Michel, but here's the decision.
Who won?
Décision des juges. Marcos Marquez donne 118 points à Jacquot, 115 à Jacquot. Monsieur Sidney Nathan donne 117 points à Jacquot, 113 à Jacquot.
Decision, 118 to 115, 117 to 113, 118 to 116 for the new world champion and the first Frenchman in more than 20 years to hold a world title, Renè Jacquot. See if we can get him over here in the chaos of Grenoble. Renè. Excuse me, Renè. Renè. TV. Yes, for CBS.
Comme lui, ça compte toujours. Mais je me suis préparé pour. Je l'ai toujours dit, quoi qu'arrive ce soir, c'était fabuleux. Je réalise mon rêve, c'était boxer donc.
Can we ask our interpreter to translate for us here? What's he saying? What is he saying?
Dans ce match, vous n'avez jamais eu peur? Si, j'ai eu peur. You're never afraid? You're never afraid? C'est fabuleux, je veux dire. It's fabulous.
Well, as usual, the chaos attendant to a championship bout, particularly in Europe, where a Frenchman has won the title, and French television, frankly, has usurped him from our scheduled interview with the champion. Excusez-moi, Renè.
Merci beaucoup, mais
Pardon, Renè, s'il vous plaît, for CBS. Thank you. Well, I'm afraid this is a lost cause, and the first time that we have been unable to complete a ring interview. Let's return you to Jim Nantz in New York.
Wow, what a fight there in Grenoble, France, and Donald the Cobra Curry snake bit today by Renè Jacquot. We apologize for not